Hey guys, what's up? This video is about my Ali Pearl hair that I got off of Aliexress. So let's get right to it. Alright, I got this hair back in February around Chinese New Year. The reason I remember it was Chinese New Year is because I didn't know it was Chinese New Year, and then the vendor told me it was Chinese New Year, and I'm like, what? And I needed the hair for an event or somewhere I was going. I needed some brand new hair. And she told me, she was always in contact with me considering it was their holiday, and I'm like, oh man. And after a while I'm like, man, I must be bugging her or something, because I started to feel a little bad. But anyway, she was in contact with me. She was very nice. I think her name was Bella or Belle or something like that. But she was really nice, and so I finally get the hair. So let's get to the hair. The hair is virgin Brazilian straight hair. The hair is very soft. It is still very lovely hair. I actually did try to install this as a sew-in. Being that it is my first frontal, because this is a lace frontal in 2 bundles, I did mess up the frontal, and I'll tell you how. I cut the lace while it was installed instead of cutting the lace while it was off of my head. I should have known better. But those darn YouTube videos, those hair gurus be having you thinking you could do anything you want to do in life. And it's not always that simple. You have to do what works for you. Okay, and being, even though this is my first frontal, I have more experience with closures. And in my experience with my closures, I always cut my lace off of my head before I install it. I just cut a straight line, you know. So I should have known better, even though I thought, it's a frontal, this is a little more extensive, it's bigger, cut it to the shape of my head to customize it and do all that jazz stuff, you know, that jazzy stuff, you know, plucking it. No pun intended, because there is a channel and her name is Jazzy something. Anyway, so, but you know what I'm saying, you know, customizing all that. And I'm like, oh, you know, I could do it the way she did it. Nope. It was a wrap. That was all she wrote. Soon as I cut it, I'm like, oh man. Well, I installed it. It was pretty decent, but what I should have did, I should have used an elastic band. That is one thing I highly recommend. If you're going to install it yourself, don't be afraid to use an elastic band just to help you place it properly, so you can over direct it over your hairline, so then when it settles, just a little bit. You only got to over direct just a little bit. And then once you know, customize it and do all that plucking and so on and so forth, you'll understand why. And there are some videos that say the same info, but as for me and my experience, yeah, I will never do that again. I will cut it off of my head next time if I order another one, because I'm trying to see how long I can keep this hair, because I might use this for my wedding. I am getting married, yay! So yeah, this hair has been pretty good. I did it as a sew-in, and then the frontal started slipping too much for my liking. I was getting frustrated because it is my first frontal, so I'm like, you know what? Chalk it. I'm about to make a wig. That's right, folks. I made a wig. This is the thinnest wig I ever made. If you've ever seen my other video, I have another channel. You ever seen my other video? I had used like 4 bundles or something like that. That wig was so big and bulky, but that was like my first wig I made, and now I've learned a few things since then. So, but anyway, so yeah, made the wig. The wig, I made it with a hot glue gun at first because I was rushing for work, and then later on I turned around and just sewed everything down to the cap. So now it is an actual wig. It is sewn to a cap, so on and so forth. I have noticed that the elastic, because I did sew an elastic band on the inside of the wig cap at the bottom, like pretty much the inside rim or the edge of the wig cap, to make it a full wig. I did notice the elastic only lasts for me, like 2 months, and then I have to tighten it. And the way I tighten it is I razored off the elastic that is on the edge of the frontal right over here. I razor it off, and then so I had to get it off the frontal, and then I cut off like 1/2 inch of elastic to tighten it, and then I sewed it back. That is how I like to tighten my wigs. when they get too loose, or if I'm finding that me bobby pinning them down is becoming more of a hassle, or if I can just tug on it and it slides too much, it's like, oh, it's time to tighten the wig up. So just a little tidbit there. That's just how I do it. But anyway, the hair curls beautifully. Obviously, I have flat ironed this straight. I was going to go somewhere, but then the rain kind of jacked it up, so it's not as, I don't know. It seems a little more frizzy, but it still has body to it. I mean, look at it. It still has a pretty decent amount of body to it. This hair is very soft. It is in the natural color, so I can bleach this or color it if I wanted to. That's how I always get my hair. I always get it in the natural color, so I can do whatever I want to it. I have done, and that's actually what I end up doing. I end up bleaching the ends or something crazy. So yeah, but like I was saying, I'm trying to see, and I'm pretty sure I can get this to last till my wedding. My wedding is in a couple months. The last batch of hair that I had from a really awesome vendor on Aliexress, I had that hair for about 1.5 years. The wefts were just fine. I never had to seal my wefts or nothing like that. I just took care of it. You have to take care of your hair. You have to shampoo it, condition it. You have to treat it like your own hair if you want it to last. Now, other people, they may not keep it as long. I will say I have not kept hair that long since that batch that I did have. But anyway, I'm just saying, if you take care of this hair, it'll last you a while. And I really do think this will last me, so that I can, and I would keep it on the same cap and whatever. I would obviously style it, curl it. And I've actually been practicing my wedding hairstyle in my wedding makeup. So, and it actually looks really nice. I even wore it to my fitting as a whole look. I did my face and the hair, pinned it up the way I wanted it to look, and it looked beautiful. So anyway, that is it for now. Yeah, I actually have done a lot to this hair now that I think about it. When I do curl it, I will say I do like to use flexi rods and just wet it. I don't like to do the whole curl and wand thing, even though I have on the hair and it lasted or whatever. I try not to put too much heat on the hair that I get. So, I don't know, that's just me. Whereas on other channels, you'll see them use heat till the cows come home, you know. So, but anyway, that's about it for the hair. Like I said, the hair is extremely soft. I think it's going to be extremely durable too. I don't get too many snags. Obviously, you get a little, like slight, like this much of tangling in the back, but nothing that like a brush or a wide tooth comb can't solve, or even a rat tail comb. But that's kind of pushing it, so you might want to use a brush. I use a brush with the little, what is it called, a wig brush or whatever, and that gets me through. The only product I do put on this hair is argan oil. What else can I tell you? Before I installed it, I don't know if I said this already. Before I installed it, I used Can2 shampoo and conditioner. I do let my hair sit for like a couple hours in the conditioner just to get the hair smell out. Now, I'm not going to say all my hair smelled like the corn chip / factory smell, but it smelled like hair. It wasn't a horrible smell like, oh my God. But you know, it was like okay, let's shampoo, condition it. Let's make sure the hair is clean and ready to go. And then, you know, you do what you want to do from there. So, anyway, that's all I got. And if I miss something, just let me know. And I will catch y'all next time. Bye.